I happen to think that one of the saddest things that we have to contend with these days as artists and creatives and human beings is that we put ourselves out here on this wonderful thing called social media. And because we don't get the expected support, the likes, the shares, because our analytics are not on and popping, then we feel like we are not as good as the next artist, that we're not as successful as the next creative. And I think that's really sad, because I think that us wanting the approval of others and us feeling like we're not getting that has deprived us of some of the best art and some of the best creativity that we can put out. So what I'm trying to do for myself, and the reason why I'm sharing with you, is that perhaps we could put that away. How do we continue to thrive and be artistic and creative in this age of social media? I think that it takes a certain amount of putting on our blinders and not thinking so much about the likes and the shares and the engagement. I think that it is leaning more into telling the truth about how we actually feel, authenticity, vulnerability. And I think that it's really catering to our own creativity and our own artistic instincts. So instead of trying to jump on all the trends to become popular, to what end? Being ourselves and putting out things that will attract our people, our tribe, our audiences. And perhaps our audiences are not as big as the next person. Does that really make us any less successful? But I think for myself, as I dial in more and more and more to my own artistry, my own creativity, my own vulnerability and authenticity, that I will continue to create community, which is the most important thing. Now, if I ever get to 10,000 followers, that will be fantastic, but it's not all about that. That is not the goal. For some people it is, which I understand, and there is the argument that producers and organizations, Broadway, the Metropolitan Opera, those casting directors are looking for people whose social media is on and popping, because perhaps there's the idea that if you have 50,000 followers, a person with 50,000 followers, a person with 5,000 may not have as much credibility, in the sense that when you're trying to sell those tickets and fill those seats, who are you going to choose? I understand that. But I want us all as artists to potentially put that to the side, put on our blinders, and be wildly creative in the best way that we can, and then see how it turns out. I'm wishing every artist and every creative that is struggling with how to exist in this social media era love and light, and know that you're not alone. People that are at the very top to people that are somewhere near the bottom are all dealing with the same thing. You are not alone. Have a great week, y'all.